the media has destroyed our world.
So it means we are destroying the world because I'm the media.
No, you're doing something beautiful. My daughter is on YouTube because she's growing up to become a motivational speaker. She goes
Okay.
there, but I see the things she follow and I follow. But now, parents, where have we taken our kids to?
Yeah.
Everyone is at home with the phones. There is no time limit to use the phones. But if you try to teach them, children, they learn by seeing. They don't learn by being told. I remember my counseling teacher said, what a child does is 70% of what he or she sees the parent doing.
Doing.
And 25% of the things they do are just the things that they do because the parents said it. So you have to be the first teacher. You have to be there for them. You have to make them know that you are the first. Whoever the society, the government can never really love them more than you. So it's your place. More often when I see a child going wayward, I'm sorry, but I first point hands.
But at times some parents do their best, to bring up their kids, but still the kids, still go out there and make their own choices.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
But you're right.
Win the battles with your knees as a woman.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll still go to my manual.
Yeah.
You fight the battles here. You keep praying. You keep saying those words over their heads. And they themselves will get tired.
What about someone who don't believe in God? A woman who don't believe in God, but they want to, like be among your sphere of influence. Maybe they love your write-up. I mean, what can you say to them? Most people be like Christians. Must they be Christians before they become part of your movement?
No.
Because I see all what you do is empowering women. You are giving women the ability to like you said, stop existing, live.
And live.
And live.
Yeah,
Stop existing and live.
Just existing for nothing.
Yeah. So what do you mean by that? Stop existing and live.
If you don't identify who you are, if you get limited by who your parents say you are, if you get limited or devalued by what your husband or your wife tells you, if you get limited by what your community throws at you, sometimes what breaks us down is the way we handle challenges and not the challenges per se. Because if something happens to me, like, growing up in Finland a few years ago, if I go back to my story, a lot of people know my story, but they don't know me. That story was just part of me. And they put me in that tight corner. They made me to suffer addictions of other people, mistakes of other people. God had to use some people, some ugly hearts, ugly people. I can call them ugly. Not that they are really ugly, but the contents of their hearts
of their mind
is ugly. And when they did what they did, they wanted to break me down. But I thank God for grace. I could bounce back. So that's what that name woman is all about. Being resilient, being able to bounce back from that challenge, being able to bounce back and find your purpose. Because most challenges, they come with a price, because they can never be a test without a result. Or they can never be a result without a test.
And they cannot be a testimony without a test.
Yeah. So you need to just identify what's causing you. So I say all the time to those who are not Christians, I swear the Bible is not only for Christians. There was a story that went viral about a Muslim guy who got converted. A Muslim Imam, is it Imam?
Imam.
And he said, nobody told me, nobody helped to convict me. But the day I was in doubt and I told Allah, Allah, I need answers. I need answers. And he opened his Quran, and the first line he read, if you don't get understanding from this Quran, go and read your Bible.
Yeah.
So you see, the Bible is not limited to Christians, because there is one thing that is mentioned in the Bible that I think that's all we need: diligent. You need to be diligent.
Yeah.
And have principles. It's not about the Bible, because sometimes if you're a Christian, you don't even read your Bible. You believe that you succeed through miracles and prayers and fasting. Of course, prayer has become an intermediary. I'm not against prayers, But it goes beyond that. It goes to being disciplined. It goes to having rules. That's just all. So I'll say to whoever is watching me, who is not a Christian, if you look at my life and you think she's living it because she's a Christian, you can jump in. We are always ready to work with everybody. But if you're not a Christian, just do the right thing. I have friends who are not Christians, honestly, very close friends.
Me too.
Are very, very good. They are
Yeah.
not Christians. They are not even Muslims. But all I know is that if you believe in something bigger, there is the difference.
Yeah.
We must not share the same religion. Enough about this religiosity
Religious.
and Christianity thing. The thing is having that
That
vertical
connection. Yeah.
connection
Yeah.
with whoever you believe in. Because when these horizontal people, we are seated here, if I fail you, I'm just trying I'll need to look up.
Yeah.
I'll look up because God is everywhere. The God who is up there is the God who is down there.
Yeah.
So it's not about being a Christian actually, but as I said earlier, this vision was from God. I heard my God. I don't want to say I heard God telling me because my God is that inner place that gets connection with divinity. And I heard it telling me this vision is for a purpose. Go help people. There are women who are struggling. I started with the Christian page because being a Christian, the word submission in the Bible is causing a lot of havoc. They want us to become doormats. They want us to be just suppressed, subdued.
That's
I
that's
can't say
that's
anything.
that's a whole topic on
I
its
can't
own.
get
That's a
divorced.
whole.
I'm struggling with domestic violence. No, she's a Christian. The highest people who can judge you are Christians. I swear, I'm talking from experience. So it's not about Christianity, but because there are times and seasons, and even your God sometimes have to take a rest. I had to listen to the vision because that was my starting point, my faith. Nothing else could help. I've got praying sisters, honestly. They could give me those words to encourage me. But there was a time I told them, you know what? Just wait, let me ask this Papa G. Sometimes we call him Papa G. I said, let me ask him some question.
Yeah.
And then I knew God was the only thing I needed. He was everything I needed. And I'd say, God at that moment was everything without nothing. So honestly, I'm not being biased as a Christian woman. I'm proudly a 21st century Christian woman.
Yeah.
I can profess my faith proudly, but we work with everybody, especially now in the UK. We are planning to do a lot of things, so we're gonna divide it. The website is even under construction because we want to divide it into two sections. We'll have some to deal just with Christian women and another for the community.
Yeah.
So it goes to your question, how I think I'll become in 5 years,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I look at myself and I know Emmiliene. I tell my God, because I don't really have that network now, but I tell my God every day that Emmiliene, your gifts and talents will make way for you.
Yeah. That's
My
powerful.
gifts and talents will make way for me, and I see myself doing something great for a lot of people in 5 years' time.
You are already
Good
doing. You
Lord,
are already
cover
doing a
me.
lot. Just
Yeah.
your write ups. I mean, and
Yeah.
your platform and your goals, your focus. All these things. I mean, they are. I go through your comments, most of your comments, and maybe from your website. So even if you touch someone's life, just one person's life, it means a lot. And I'm here as an evidence to say that you have touched my life.
Wow.
You have kind of like you have inspired me, to do so many things. And inspiring someone is not something that anyone can do. It has to be from the inner heart. You have to like mean it. You have to like, and I feel that connection. I was able to connect with you, and because of that, I trust myself. I can do this. If you can believe in me, it means I can do this. And I found myself doing it. So you are part of my inspiration. You are part of my of my strength. Talking to you now will give me more encouragement. Just listening to you right now, has encouraged me to say, oh no, Stanley, oh Betong, you can do this.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everything is centered about your mindset and how you think you can perceive life and move beyond your challenges. Because one of my write-ups, I said, don't let anything stop you and never stop at nothing.
Yeah.
So life is a continuous process. But if you sit on your bed, you will not do anything.
Yeah.
Even if they throw lemons at you and you want to do lemonade, you need to squeeze it. You need to do something. And what we're saying about inspiring even one person, yeah, that's my slogan. That's what I go with every day. There was when I shared some funny things on my platform, you see a lot of likes, especially things that are funny. Some people call it wholly stupid and whatever. I remember of late somebody said, that post didn't have a lot of likes. I'm not I'm not against the likes, but that's not the purpose. If you know how many people had to inbox me from what they read, you'll not talk about the likes. Thank you for your likes. I'm not against them, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is to inspire or transform or educate
Yeah.
one person. Some people will send me, is that your story? I'm like, it's a blame. I take my, you cannot give what you don't have. Truth
Yeah.
be told, you can really not give what you don't have. That's how it takes us back to finding your
Identity.
identity,
Yeah.
who you really are, and living your assignment. If you leave your assignment, then you will be you, and you attract those people who want to copy. Copy is always
Yeah.
worse than the original in it.
Viewers, this is too much to digest.
Yeah.
I believe you guys have been enjoying the show so far, and guys, she's awesome. I'm gonna put the link to our page, Facebook, website. You can go there and check some of our write-ups. They are so inspiring, and I don't know what I can say more here, but to say go check on her. If she can inspire me, it means she can inspire you. But before we go, I have one last question I want to ask Emmiliene Grace today. What can you say to encourage women who are going through abuse in their homes? Women who are going through all sort of abuses in their homes. Women who think that the community makes them to feel that they're not like worthy to be a woman, or they are not kind of like accepted in the community, like they are the least. What can you say to such women to inspire them to have their identity?
Hey, woman, I just want to tell you if you know the strength that is within you, you will never settle for less. Whatever you need is within you. You just need to tap and unleash it. You know, when we look at the Bible story, First Samuel 1, verse 26, when Hannah prayed and finally had the child, Samuel, and took him back to the temple and wanted to present him back to the man there. The man said, who are you? And she said, sir, you don't remember me. I am that woman. There are places in the Bible where we see women using that word. So everything about you, it's made by God. You are God's most trusted friend. That's why God could trust you to carry a child. Those people were making you feel devalued. They came into the world through a woman. Imagine you were made from the bone of a man, not from the flesh, meaning you were twice the man in your brain. Yes, you're still the weaker vessel, don't get me wrong, and to you is passing through domestic abuse. Sometimes to me, I'll always talk about me because there are some kinds of abuse I can handle, and there are some kinds of abuse I can't handle. I can't handle um, domestic abuse like beating, punching, but I can handle bad words because that's not my identity. I know if you say I am A and I know I am not A, it's like you
But
didn't
but
say
but
it to
but,
me.
but this can be your husband. It can be your husband. Or they can be their husbands. Telling them, making them feel this way, and it keep on happening daily. And they cannot talk about it. They feel that because they are Christian women. I mean, they just have to sit and just pray to God. I mean, can it? Should they talk about
Prayers.
it? Can they?
I thought at the beginning or during this conversation, I said something like, sometimes you need friends. Even Jesus had James, John, and Peter, at least three. You have to have those friends who knows you at your best and they know you when you're down there. With them, you can talk. When you talk, it's like healing. But it doesn't end there. You need to teach people how to treat you. You need to teach your husband, even the men. You need to treat your wife how to treat you. You
Yeah.
treat me the way I want to be treated. And if you think you don't want to see my value because of how you look at me, then you lie. I don't think I'm sorry, but I don't really think I can settle for less. I have ways to do it.
Okay.
Three things that will make it work. We communicate. If there is commitment, I always go around the family. Commitment, communication, forgiveness. But we don't forget, because sometimes when
Yeah.
things happen to you and you
you
forget,
you
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 are not right.
you
They will
know.
kill you, I swear.
Yeah.
So there are ways you can handle it, but domestic violence, no, no, no. It's not good. We are all human beings. Everybody is the same in the eyes of
What
God.
about cheating? If your husband is cheating on you, always, always, always,
Always,
always, always,
always
always.
means is because if you go to cheat on me, you know cheating is gonna hurt me. You must have premeditated it. And if you do something one time, it can be an error. But if you do something over and over, it's either an addiction or it is a choice. It's no longer a mistake. That's your choice.
Yeah.
So the partner who has been cheated upon should decide what they would do. I can't talk for you.
Yeah.
I can talk for myself.
Yeah.
If I'm in that situation, I already know what I would do.
Yeah.
It depends on you. If you get to that place of always communicating with your God, then it means you are always in the spirit.
Okay.
Then you will get direction because for me, God is my navigator. So
Okay.
before I go to the phone to even talk to those sisters, I must have gone to the throne.
Yeah.
So you see, I know how to get my own strength, but domestic violence, no way.
Viewers, it's like she has all the answers here today.
No way.
You know.
And wait, before I forget, in order to avoid this domestic violence and things, sometimes we'll say when you're choosing your spouse, I'm talking to women now, so when you're choosing your husband,
Okay.
right, make sure you choose a prayer partner.
You can choose me. You know.
If
I'm
not,
just
you
joking.
choose a prayer point. And if you choose a prayer point, you have to keep going on your knees to pray for one thing rather than praying for the family to grow. So everybody have their ways of handling it.
Okay.
But to me, God is my navigator. I will go to him. I will not only go to him. It doesn't end at prayer. I'll use wisdom now.
Yeah.
The Bible talks of wisdom, and in wisdom, get understanding. I'll study. I put a lot of money in buying books because I don't know it all. I can only give what I have. And because I want to add what I learned to what I know out of my own experiences, I read books, I read motivational books, and there are people who are experts with these things. I read it and see how they handle it and their advices, the tools they use, and I try to join it. So it's left for you to really decide on what you want, but the choice is start choosing. Choose a man with a vision and not a man with a big car or a big television. Know what drives the man because an adult can really not change. So before getting married, marriage is for men and women and not boys and girls. So make sure it's not a boy, make sure it's not a girl, and try to understand him. That's why it's good to always stay in courtship. You study.
You know, we have talked about women. It's women, 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 women. It means we men are not important, you know, guys. But you know, one thing I've learned so far today is that communication at home, and also that the idea of knowing who you are, like that identity, knowing yourself as a woman, like knowing what you are made up of, like what you can offer will give you that that confidence to to focus towards your goals, towards your aspiration
You
in
have
life.
really been following my page.
Yeah.
You have really been following
Yeah.
my page because it's just about building that confidence. Building that confidence that no matter the challenges, I'm not stopping there. I need a way out of this because nobody should make you stop there.
One lady said, I was going, okay, let me mention her name anyway. Liz the Ndekwa. That
I love her.
yeah,
I love her.
that
I love her girl.
why should you decide to be in a relationship when the person is looking at you as a mess? The person is looking at you as nothing,
Value.
no value.
Value. Because you have not made them to discover
Why?
your value.
Yeah. So now you just you give me the answer. Yeah, like you haven't like made them to know how to treat you.
Yeah.
You know, like
You
so
need
yeah.
to teach people
Yeah,
how to treat you.
Yeah. But
You need to teach them. Yeah.
guys, if we want to talk today, we're gonna talk till this woman I mentioned before the show began that she's a woman of substance. It means she has lots in her brain. But if say you really want to know more about her, I urge you to visit her page, thatnamewoman.com. I'm going to put it below the video so you can go there and check. And guys, you can also check her write-ups and all what she's all about. And maybe you can also volunteer in some of her services that will be going on. But guys, we have to go. We cannot stay here today. I know you guys are maybe for those who wouldn't understand this topic. I know they are not bored, but for those who don't understand the topic, maybe they are kind of like bored already. But guys, today, again, I'm happy that you stood with me, you stood with us. And for those who haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that each time I come up with a new video, you will be the first to get it. And I always want to remind you before I go that believe in yourself. Don't let go of any. Don't let any person who is out there who can discourage you, that can make you feel bad about yourself. Just believe in yourself. Believe in what you do, and you are going to be at your best when you believe in yourself.
And you stay original and be you.
Yeah. Until then, have a nice day and bye-bye.
Walk with that confidence.
Yeah.
Walk with it.
Yeah.
Build his confidence.
Okay.
A confident woman is beautiful.
So say bye-bye to my guests.
Bye-bye. Get empowered. Get empowered. Be an independent woman. Be a asset to your husband and not a liability.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.